The Safety Online series is generously funded by the RMC Research and Education Foundation.
As a concrete delivery professional driver, you probably think that any professional driver can drive a truck like this in the forward motion. You'd probably admit that it's easier to drive the truck in a forward motion than it is to drive it in the backward motion. And you definitely agree that when you place that transmission in reverse, that's when you really earn your paycheck. Whether you're driving a rear discharge or a front discharge mixer truck, at the National Ready Mixed Concrete Association, our goal today is to arm you with 11 tools or tips for preventing backing accidents while safely delivering ready mixed concrete to your customers. So let's get started.
There is a tendency for mixer truck drivers to want to blame other people or circumstances for backing accidents. Cars or trucks were just parked too close to my truck. That fire hydrant was almost buried in dirt and covered with weeds and grass. They didn't tell me the sidewalk came to this point. That manhole wasn't flagged and marked. Why would they put a power transformer and a utility meter right here? How was I supposed to be able to get my truck around those utility pole guy wires with the pole in that position? Those concrete finishers left those tools right in my backing pathway. Whoever designed this building and built those eaves and overhangs didn't take into account the height of the hopper on my mixer truck. The backing spotter stepped out of my mirror sight. What was I supposed to do? Hey, I'm driving my truck at a different batch plant today. It's not my regular plant, and those steel beams are much closer together under this batch plant than they are at my plant. As a concrete delivery professional, you've got to drop all of the excuses and the attempts to blame other people for backing accidents.
Sir, I need for you to be in the driver's side mirror so I can see you.
Okay.
Right here. Okay.
You must have the mindset that you and you alone are responsible for the safe operation of your truck at all times. Yes, even when backing the truck.
1/2 of all fatalities involving construction equipment occur when the equipment is backing, often involving a truck backing up into a worker or another vehicle. So driver, beware.
There are a staggering number of mixer truck backing accidents occurring annually. According to a National Ready-Mix Concrete Association Industry Backing Accident Survey, there are more than 8,000 backing accidents yearly that involve concrete mixer trucks. If you do the math, that's 35 backing accidents every working day. These are just the accidents that are reported. Some suggest all incidents resulting from backing may actually be double the reported number of 8,000 yearly. One southeastern U.S. ready-mix concrete producer says more than 50% of our preventable accidents are a result of mixer truck backing accidents. So this is where we begin. Backing accidents are preventable. Let's make sure, absolutely sure, you're not involved in a backing accident. Driver focus and driver planning are the keys here. Look at that delivery site and ask yourself 3 questions. Can I drive in the truck alongside of the placement rather than backing in? Is there room to make a loop or a U-turn with the truck to move into position for placement? Is there a different approved entry point that will allow me to drive the truck into the concrete discharge point? At the job site, there is no autopilot that you as a driver can use. You've got to use your ability to see problem areas before you proceed, and then to figure out how to drive forward and, if possible, eliminate backing your truck at all. Driving in instead of backing in may be easier said than done. But if you focus, there are numerous occasions on a daily basis that with driver planning, you actually don't have to back up at all. If possible, as you approach the job site, park your truck in a safe position with your headlights and your four-way flashers on. From the cab of your truck, a very natural high vantage point, look the job site over. Scan as much of the job site as you can see and identify any hazards that may be encountered while backing. Ask yourself, is there mobile equipment operating on site? Are there construction materials in the backing pathway or directly adjacent to the discharge point? Are there other concrete mixer trucks going and coming from the job? Where are the concrete finishers and other workers located while working? Are there existing or temporary low-hanging power lines? From in the cab, you may not be able to identify every single backing hazard, but in a short period of time, there are many hazards you can see and avoid by using your vision in this high vantage point. Now, safely park your truck. Keep your four-way flashers and headlights on. Dismount from the cab using the 3 points of contact at all times and close the door to the cab. Walk the job site and identify both backing hazards and even conditions that could cause a mixer truck rollover. Where are other vehicles parked? Look for water meters, power transmission boxes, utility cable boxes, power poles, guy wires, hanging power lines, and even fire hydrants. Do you see any construction materials and tools that could be in the way? Are there low-hanging tree limbs and roof overhangs or eaves on a building that your truck could come into contact with? Where are the concrete finishers and the other workers positioned? Is there a septic tank and drain field located on the property? Are there freshly covered utility trenches? Do you see excessive ground slope that could cause dangerous truck lean or even a rollover? Where are the footers or trenches, and what is their depth? What is the condition of the backing pathway? Is it wide enough? Is the ground stable enough to support your truck? Do you need to have any vehicle or materials moved prior to backing? Identify backing hazards and eliminate or neutralize them now. Finally, don't let the customer or a contractor pressure you into backing into unsafe conditions for concrete delivery.
What's up with you, man? Come on, get up here and get this truck and get in here on this job so I can get this job going. I got 3 more trucks coming. They need to be getting in here. Sir, if you help me, we'll get it in nice and safely.
If for any reason you feel the backing pathway is unsafe, call your dispatcher for assistance immediately. For the most part, on many job sites, be it residential, commercial, DOT, or otherwise, you're going to have a spotter available to help you back up. If you absolutely must back to the placement site, then locate the spotter prior to backing your truck. Review proper backing hand signals and responsibilities with the spotter again before you ever start backing the procedure. Go over all hand signals, including drive in, back in, move out, stop, raise or lower the chute, start pouring, stop pouring, and add more water. Tell the spotter there will be no shouting or voice commands used. Be absolutely certain that the spotter knows all hand signals and that he understands all of his responsibilities. A residential, commercial, or DOT concrete placement site is no place for shouting instructions.
Come on back, quit goofing around. Come on, let's go.
The engine in your truck, air brakes, and external noises from construction or concrete finishing equipment can all make it impossible for you, the driver, to clearly hear verbal backing commands from the spotter. Prior to the backing procedure, have the spotter stand so he is fully visible in your driver's side mirror. A spotter on this side of the truck is much easier and safer to see in the driver's side mirror. Although, there may be times when it's necessary to have the spotter positioned in view of the passenger's side mirror. Tell the spotter he must be fully visible in your mirror at all times. Instruct the spotter that if he walks out of mirror sight, you will immediately stop your truck and the backing procedure. Inform him that you will get down out of the truck and reposition the spotter so he is visible in the appropriate mirror before you will resume the backing process. Never, repeat, never continue the backing process if the spotter steps out of mirror sight. Even though the spotter is positioned to be visible in one of the mirrors, you as a driver must be continuously checking both the driver's side and the passenger side mirrors while backing. Moving your eyes side to side and scanning both the driver's side and passenger side mirrors should be occurring every 5 to 10 seconds. On one side mirror, you're certainly going to be watching the spotter's hand signals. In both mirrors, you must be looking for any and all hazards that could occur even as you're backing the mixer truck. You definitely want to scan those mirrors to be sure that no person walks behind your truck, or for that matter, gets too close to your truck anywhere while you're backing. A note here on visibility and the condition of your mirrors. During your pre-trip vehicle inspection, make absolutely certain that the mirrors are clean and that you can see clearly when looking at them. If those mirrors become dirty during your shift, stop and clean them for clear and adequate visibility.
As you can see, backing a mixer truck requires your absolute focus and attention at all times. Yes, during backing, potential accidents are always present. However, with the 6 tips for safely backing your mixer truck we've already shown you, and 5 more we're going to demonstrate, as a concrete delivery professional, you can prevent backing accidents.
No matter how much the spotter or your customer pressures you to hurry, don't sacrifice safety while speeding up the backing process.
Hurry up now, quit goofing off. Come on, hurry up.
Think about it this way. If you have a backing accident, you're going to delay, if not prevent, your delivery of the concrete anyway. In addition to scanning your mirrors, listen for sounds that might be signs of trouble. A loud bang should alert you. Metal-to-metal sounds must get your attention. The sound of cracking wood would definitely be a danger signal. The sounds of a blowing horn or verbal shouting from the spotter or other persons are definitely warning sounds. Speed and haste are 2 of the leading causes of backing accidents. Continuously look and listen for signs of backing trouble. Be cautious and deliberate during backing for safe delivery. Avoid backing your truck into oncoming traffic if at all possible. If you're at a delivery site with mobile equipment moving about, or other materials trucks operating, or a multiple mixer truck concrete placement, at all costs, try not to have to back into traffic. Bulldozers, front-end loaders, bobcats, forklifts, man lifts, sky tracks, and even other concrete mixer trucks all pose backing hazards. Often, the job site is more like a potential demolition derby environment rather than a highway with lane markings and traffic signals. a delivery at a highway location with oncoming traffic is most dangerous. Try to position your truck to pull to or alongside the concrete discharge point. If your only option is to back your mixer truck under these conditions, then absolutely use a spotter and exercise extreme caution. Also, at your concrete batch plant, either during your shift or at the end of your work shift, safely back your truck into a designated parking spot. When you or the next driver begins a new shift, the truck can be driven safely out of the parking spot, as they say, back in and then pull away for safety. You're slowly backing the mixer truck. You see the spotter in your driver's side mirror, but you begin to hear your truck frame bolts rumble, and you feel the truck drum is leaning too far to one side. Stop. Set the brakes properly. Exit the cab and inspect the ground conditions immediately. Make an adjustment in the backing route and slowly back the truck away from the leaning unstable ground. You're correctly backing, and in the passenger side mirror, you see the truck's back tires approaching an open footer or ditch. You feel the spotter is guiding you much too close to this hazard. Stop. Set the brakes. Properly exit the cab. Inspect the distance between your tires and the footer or the ditch. If you believe your truck is getting too close to the hazard,
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you wanted me that far over.
tell the spotter. The two of you should adjust and move the truck away from it. You look at the driver's side mirror, and the spotter is invisible. He stepped out of mirror sight. Stop. Set the brakes properly, depart the cab, and walk to the spotter, guiding him back into mirror sight. You get it. Whenever you're in doubt about what is behind or beside you, stop and make sure the conditions are safe before you continue slowly backing. Concrete finishers are focused on getting that ready-mix concrete out of that chute and into the placement site. They're watching the chute, the amount of concrete that's coming out of it, and they are absorbed in spreading and finishing the concrete. They are not focused on the location of your truck, and they assume that you won't hit them while you're backing. During backing, you must know where they are at all times. Workers may be digging new footers or placing new formwork at the job site. Other workers may be erecting scaffolding. Another group of workers may be working on subgrade prep. Brick and block masons may be laying product and constructing walls. The bottom line is that all of these workers in different trades are focused on what they're doing and on their jobs. They are not focused on you, and they are unpredictable in their movement and getting too close to your truck. During backing, driver beware and watch the location of all workers at all times. Finally, in residential areas, children may be present. They are fascinated with all mobile equipment and big trucks such as yours. Without warning, they may dart out and run into the path of your vehicle. Make sure that children understand the danger of the truck and request that adults in the area supervise the children during the truck backing and concrete placement. When backing to a concrete pump, you must rely on the spotter's help. Often there are two trucks discharging concrete into a pump hopper. Now, one may be pulling away from the pump as the other is just starting to discharge. This is a very dangerous high-traffic area, and you must back very slowly while watching the spotter's hand signals. Make absolutely certain that the spotter never steps between the back of your truck and the pump hopper while you're backing. Also, a spotter's help is needed in backing up to a concrete bucket. It's very easy for your truck to completely obscure the bucket out of your mirror sight. Back very slowly and be ready to stop at any time. Here again, Be sure the spotter doesn't step between your truck and the bucket. If during backing to either the pump or the bucket you have any doubts about what's behind you, then stop your truck, reconfirm the positioning, and only then resume safely backing.
Over here on the mirror side. All right, thank you very much.
If there's no spotter available to help you back your rear discharge mixer truck, stop your truck, engage the brakes, dismount from the cab, and walk the backing pathway looking for any and for all hazards. Turn your fold-down chute into a position visible in your mirror to you, the driver. Do not deploy or put on your extension chutes until you are back completely to the placement location. Turn on your emergency flashers and back your truck slowly. Speed is your enemy. Being in a hurry endangers you and others.
For proper safe backing, we close by re-emphasizing these points. Don't back up whenever possible. Plan ahead. Look for backing hazards when you arrive at the job site and are still facing forward. Get down out of the delivery truck and walk the job site. Use a spotter when backing and insist on proper hand and arm signals. The spotter must signal by hand and not shout instructions. Check your mirrors continuously while backing. Listen and look for any signs of trouble while backing. Make sure your backup alarm works and backup cameras are functioning if your truck is equipped with them. Finally, you are responsible for your truck and the safety of others during the backing process. Back slowly. Pay attention to any signs of trouble, and when in doubt, stop the truck and get out. Check out the situation and resume backing only when it is safe to do so.